Welcome. This is Crime Queen. And if you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which comes from within us, that which comes alive, makes us laugh, makes us smile. Hence, we say the crimson light is life. So, the crimson light is our journey of actualizing self-full love. And one day I'm going to do the numerical value on that as well. And we share it because this is the channel of transparency. Mm, 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 mm. Right. And of course, I had written, and in case you had seen this word, television, but I have it with the T, of course, because of course my name is Crime Queen. It's been done. They've changed the things round. Why can't we to understand what is happening? Sometimes it's really in that playful way of changing and playing that we stumble. Of course, that's how I have stumbled on a lot of things. That's how I stumbled on this agreement, this basket of bread. I thought I was going to be partaking of this lovely basket of wine and bucket of wine and basket of bread, and yes, in that partake of flesh and blood, which is anyway. So I thought, well, all this was happening, but what was happening is that new discoveries. Now, so much on that subject. I remember in a presentation, and I said hexanol, but I really think I wanted to say hexagon. So then I thought perhaps I had the word wrong. So I checked it out today on the internet. Oh my. There are no accidents, no coincidences, but the choices we make. And that is the thread of my publications of the Crimson Light. This I have learned to be true and real on my journey of actualizing self-full love. All right. So I checked this out, and there I discovered, of course, like I was saying, the bees in that bee. I think it's three or so presentations on the bees, which got me onto this lovely because I wanted to know what's in that bee. What sweetness is in that bee that agreements are being done? Of course, when agreements are done, there is sweetness, especially if both sides are getting something from it. Hmm. Okay. So I wanted to know this. And then, of course, going back to the word hexanol, ah, it suddenly dawned on me that the word I have been using as exnial derives from hexanol. Yes, yes. So this is what happens with the bees. They are going down. They are busybodies forming relationship to get to work hard for the queen bee. That ancient Greek word. Okay, so this is what the bees, and they were teaching me that. Oh, it's just so sweet because the sweetness here, of course, honey, and it's as sweet as honey, really. So we have this. Let's see. Okay, all right. So we have this hexagonal or hexagon shape. This is what the bees, because if you recall on one of my presentations, I had from my wisdom cards, I had pulled, and I'm just pulling one by chance, just see if I might get that. Okay, it is actually protection. Oh, protection. There we go. Okay, so I'm not getting stung by the bees. So I pulled this card and it was the bee card. Of course, it was at the time I was very curious to finding out about the bee in here. This is the sort of synchronicities and coincidences, whatever you want to call them, that really just turns me on. Mm, 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 mm. So When I saw this, we'll go back to that exnial word because that is very interesting. I love that word. So I got that card. That was one thing. And then for some reason, I think it might have been before I got that card, I went to the shop and I thought, oh well, I'm not using sugar, just in case I fancy some honey. And I bought this honey jar. I have showed it before. And the price is 149. 149 adds to 14, 1 and 4 adds to 5. 5 is on the screen right now. 541. Okay, so 5. 541. That's 10. Hmm. And this is what okay. 5 and 5, 10. So it is like showing the W in one. All right. And then it has best in. The label is best in. IN. If you could hear this while I am saying this, there is a bee or a fly. It looks like a black bee in here. This is really incredible. Perhaps you can hear it. Okay, all right. And there's the honey. Of course, that reminded me of the honey in the Old Testament and in Proverbs. To seek honey, my son. This mother is really telling her son, or Proverbs, or the father is telling the son how to, suck on this honeycomb. And there is so much. And of course, the children of Israel were promised the land of milk and honey. This is where we got into this thing about the double B for, breasts, and we found out that there is so much more to that bee. Of course, milk and honey is their menu, is their nutritional value. It's all of those things. And where do you get all of this from? It's like in a new land, in a new place, they are promised this new food. So let's not go on too much about this, but this is the synchronistic event that was unfolding for me. And then, of course, I thought, wow, when I saw the 5, the price of the honey, after trying to making myself a cup of tea and using that honey, I really was paying attention. And because I was with intention, and when intention and attention get together, mm, 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 mm. So when I checked on the internet and I saw all this liquid from the honeycomb, of course, my mouth began to water. Water? Of course, we've got water here because water was another thing that came to us in quite intuitively because that's this whole series about intuition. I have not really been going through any mathematical stuff because I am trying to know, because I want to grow. So there we are doing this. And then I realize, hey, the honeybees are teaching us. There had been some smart person who had studied, of course, from ancient, studied the bees. And there is the direct knowledge about the bees in the scriptures. And some other smart person replicate these findings, these principles, and saw that they could take a group of people, a nation, and get them to slave. Should I say any more? And die, be willing to die for their queen. So, I'm just thinking, I know I'm crime a queen, but I shan't be asking anyone to die for me. Now, Remember the me. If you ever get to that point of saying, die for me, it's dying for the whole. This is the thing that we have not got our act together on. It is the whole, with intention for the whole. So when we say M-E, there's the M word again. Of course, when we see that M word appearing in all these negative forms, of course, they seem to reflect that part of us in the mirror that we do not like. And so we disassociate ourselves. And sometimes we don't even know. We are so unaware of what's happening. Anyway, this is 4, 5. 4 and 5 is 9. Okay. So this is what the honeybee goes through. The bees they commit themselves to this cycle to pay the inland revenue. And that is what has transpired with us. Let us continue to open our third eye, people. Let us, people, I think is 6 as well. Let's do that quickly here. People. So that's 5. I'm just going to do it like this with writing PE, that's 12. O, 12, that's 8, 12, 18. 18 and 7, 18 and 7, let's see, that's 7, so that's 25. 25 and 3 is 28. 28 and 5 is 38. 28 and 5 is 33. People is 33. So hmm so 33, there we are, is a master number. So we are master numbers. We are the master of our sheep. I am the master of my sheep. We are the master of our sheep. This is really great. Yes, so we need to be mindful of who we are. Know thyself and do thyself no harm. Study to show thyself approved. Approved for whom? You. So you can know who you are. So you can know where you are. Are you in the north? Are you in the south? Are you in the east? Are you in the west? Or can you just stay on 5 and be alive and just know who you are? Remember, when you're on 5, you are on a peak. You are able to see the 4 corners of the earth. Wow. So, hence it is said it is the number of grace. Hence it is said that it is the number of Christ. Now it is said, I have done the numerical value. So, I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found this very insightful. Of course, if you like this presentation, remember to click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualize it, self-full love. In the meantime, stay blessed, stay bright, and stay ignited. Ignited? Okay. Namaste. And spill over with love.